Hey YouTubers, my name is Mary. Welcome to my channel. And I travel in my ProMaster City with a 9-month-old corgi named Abigail, which I have to often call loudmouth dog, and my 17-year-old corgi named Annie. So today we are going to the Sierra Nevadas, I think the gold country basically, to a place that I had never even heard of. It's called Malakoff Diggins Malakoff Diggins State Historical Park. Where I really wanted to go was Nevada City, and Malakoff was the closest campground available because it was still kind of the 4th of July weekend near Nevada City, which is a very popular place for RVing. Nevada City and nearby Grass Valley, which I'm going to show you in this video, were gold mining towns. I got interested in Nevada City when I was studying my great-great-grandmother, Fanny Baker Ames, because she was a suffragette in Santa Cruz, while two very important suffragists, Aaron and Ellen Sargent, were starting the movement in Nevada City. The Sargents were from Newburyport, Massachusetts. Aaron had spent some time as a printer in Philadelphia, then as the secretary of a congressman in Washington, D.C., before moving to California as a 49er. He was 22 years old and wanted to speculate in gold. In 1852, after Aaron made some money and built a 4-room house on Broad Street in Nevada City, he returned to Newburyport to marry Ellen. Since this was before the Transcontinental Railway, he would have taken a ship back to the Isthmus, crossed the Isthmus by train, and then taken another ship, or 2 or 3 maybe, up to Boston. The Sargents returned to California following the same route and started a family in the 4-room house. Even though the Sargents lived in what seems like the middle of nowhere, they were in no way disconnected from the East Coast. They kept up with the latest news by reading such publications as Horace Greeley's New York Tribune, the highest circulating newspaper in the country, through weekly editions sent by mail. Somehow Ellen knew Susan B. Anthony. In 1869, 17 years after Ellen arrived in California, Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton founded the National Women's Suffrage Association and elected Ellen to be their treasurer, even though they lived in New York and she lived across the country. That same year, my great-great-grandmother founded a suffrage association in Santa Cruz, and Ellen Sargent established the Nevada County Women's Suffrage Association in Nevada City. Women's rights activists all around the country kept in touch through magazines like Lucy Stone's Women's Journal, Susan B. Anthony's The Revolution, and a publication from Nebraska called the Women's Tribune. In 1871, Ellen was instrumental in engaging Anthony and Stanton for a speaking tour in California. Meanwhile, Aaron had established his own newspaper and become an attorney. He served as a congressman from California and, more significantly, as one of California's 2 senators. He authored the bill that established the Transcontinental Railway, which he needed to travel to Washington, D.C. But this is the crucial part. In 1878, 9 years after Ellen started the suffrage group in Nevada City, State Senator Aaron Augustus Sargent introduced the 29 words that eventually became the 19th Amendment and gave women the right to vote. That amendment, also known as the Susan B. Anthony Amendment, was introduced to the Senate floor every year for the following 40 years, unsuccessfully. Not until 1918 was it finally passed by the Senate. Not until 1920 did it finally receive the official ratification required by 38 states. But of course by then the Sargents had passed away, Aaron in 1887 and Ellen in 1911. So I wanted to see the house where they lived in Nevada City. To get there from the Bay Area, you follow 80 to Auburn, where it meets Highway 49. That's the dotted red line. There are all sorts of gold country type tourist things on that route. So that takes you to Grass Valley and Nevada City. Then from Nevada City, you go up into the mountains to Malakoff Diggins State Historic Park, and I had made reservations at the Chute Campground. For those of you who've watched my videos, you know that I have an A-liner travel trailer, but it is in the shop because it has a roof leak. Anyway, they aren't allowed at the Chute Campground, so I rearranged Ramsey to accommodate the dogs and me. Because my sink is in the A-liner, it's like a traveling sink, I left it there. I just bought this $3 art tray at Target that I'm going to use for washing dishes and stuff. That's the trash and a light for night, which I strapped to the top because it makes it easier to get to. And I've got tools and my battery and stuff there. So I'll sleep here. I'll just lay out. I've got 2 air mattresses this time. I find it works much better. And you can see where Abby is. And then I'm bringing a tent. I hate bugs. I've got a carpet and a rug up there. My sleeping bag's rolled up there, and then I've got my kids' table because my regular folding table's in the A-liner, so I don't have access to it. So, and then I have my cooler here, and I'm tending not to use the refrigerator in the A-liner anyway. It's just so much trouble to get it cool. And usually I only go for 2-day trips. Are you happy? Got my coffee, ready to go. When you get to Sacramento, there's a turnoff towards Reno. And look at all that traffic coming home. I don't know if you can see that, but it says elevation 1,000 feet. So we're starting to climb. Yeah, we're taking this exit for Grass Valley, which takes us first through Grass Valley, then on to Nevada City. Just past a sign that said 2,000 feet elevation. The only place I found online that was historical in Nevada City was the Railroad Museum. So the museum was closed, but I did find a plaque. It explained how there used to be a small gauge, narrow gauge railroad that went 22 miles from Nevada City through Grass Valley to Colfax in Placer County. And that's where it met the regular gauge railroad. So of course I asked myself, what's the difference between narrow gauge and regular gauge? And I was about to find out. I walked around the building. Everything smelled like pine trees and tar. And back here, standard and narrow gauge wheels. In the foreground is a standard gauge wheel set, okay, which is 4 foot, 8.5 inches between the rails. This is the standard gauge used through the United States and most worldwide railroads. The trucks behind are narrow gauge with measurements of 3 feet between the rails. Narrow gauge railroads were cheaper to build and less expensive to equip. Locomotives and cars could go around sharper curves, making them ideal for operation in hilly terrain. My 4-year-old grandson would love to see this model. So we had a little sniff around, checking out the trains, and there were some people in that garage, so I was aiming for that. So they had long cabooses and short cabooses. The museum director and his helpers were rebuilding a locomotive in the garage. We have a turning gizmo just like this in our Brio train set. The actual town of Nevada City is just about a mile farther down the highway. And you can see it's just about 2 blocks wide, and Broad Street, which I knew was the street where the home was, goes right down the center. And then to the right of that is Commercial Street. The Sargent home is just beyond where those 2 streets meet. And right as you enter town, there's a tiny park to the right called Calaman Park. And there's a monument there to Ellen Sargent, which I'll show you. The Sargent home takes up a whole half of a block. Wow, it's big now. All right, this is 449. Let's see if I can find a plaque of some sort. Come on, guys. Giving my normal resistance from loudmouth dog. Four, 449. They don't mind me taking a picture. Here it is. Wow. Nice. So, cool. But I don't see a plaque. Oh, here we go. Augustus Sargent. Wow, look at how huge that yard is. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, here we are. Well, the plaque tells you everything that I've already told you, so I'm not going to repeat it. But then I walked around to the back side of the house and peeked through the fence. It was really nice. So we got back in the car. Mind you, it was 102 degrees out. And went down Broad Street in search of the little park that had the plaque on Ellen Sargent. Here's the little park. Oh, poor Annie. She's done sightseeing. All right, let's see what we can find. Nevada City, the Queen City of the Northern Mines, became a town of 10,000 to 16,000 in the early 1850s, following discovery of gold on Deer Creek in 1849. Here is located the largest and best preserved historical downtown district in the California Gold Country. As the county seat of Nevada County, Nevada City has maintained its position as the county's center of government, professional services, and cultural activities since its beginning in 1851. There she is. All right, here's Ellen. Again, this plaque tells you what I've already told you about her, so I'm not going to repeat it. But it does add that she was still around in 1911 when California first voted to support women's right to vote. All right, this is the Nevada Theater, and it says California's oldest existing theater building. The Nevada opened September 9th, 1865. Mark Twain, Jack London, and Emma Nevada have appeared on its stage. Cool. So we were all melting, so we headed out for the campground. As you can see, there's 2 roads to get from Nevada City to Malakoff Diggins, and we didn't really know the difference. We just followed the paved road, it turned out. They take the same amount of time. Here we are. And we still have another like 6 or 7 minutes to get to the campground. Okay, no sign, just says to turn right. Here we go. Gathering for which dogs must be unleashed. Check out time 12. Please conserve water, no fireworks. All right. Reservation. I already did that, so I don't have to do that. Alright. Just have to find 12, that's all. Looks like I've got the campground to myself. There's 5. There's the bathroom. Yay. I'm gonna need that any minute now. Stop in and use that bathroom. Okay, that's number 7. I'm just gonna use this bathroom because I'm dying. Then we'll go find 12. There's 11. Alright, so here's my spot, and I guess I'll be in the shade, but it's not gonna be very flat. And I don't have any lifts with me. So we'll just do the best we can. But there's the bathroom. Yay. I think we're gonna put the tent up there. I'm not gonna sleep in it. Sleep in the car, but I think that's where we want to hang out. We don't want to hang out down there, do we? No. Get our food and everything set up here and take our nap. All right, so if you want to see me make a fool out of myself, you can watch me put up this tent. Okay, nap time. We've got a fridge here, or cooler. We're in here. So I'm gonna give her her bully stick, and then Annie has chosen to have her nap out there. Abby and I are in here. It's pretty nice. Look at, we can see all the forest. Yeah. Abby. She's working on a bone. All right, nap time. Happy? I think so. Bug swatter. Good morning. Well, we plan to stay here 2 nights, but I've had enough of dust for a little while, plus my dogs are fighting. So I'm going to spend the day kind of wandering around the gold country, and then we might head home tonight if we don't find another place to stay. We've got plenty of food. We're fine. We're also going to explore this park a little bit and see what we can see. All right. I didn't have this map, unfortunately. But so I started here at the campground, and I had entered originally from the north side. So I turned right and just followed this blindly, looking for Blair Lake, but you can't ever see it from the road. And then I ended up here. Well, there's a little village here. It must have been the mining town. There's people living here. Their mailboxes. Marshall. There's where the horses were kept. Huh. A cannon. A car. Ah, a placard. Yay. Pay here. Oh, my fave. All right, so let's make some sense of this. We've got the town here where we are. This little town. Came in there. That must be the museum, but it's only 7:30 in the morning, so I'm sure it's not open. We were here in the Chute Hill. We were camped right there. And so first it was a gold mining town called Humbug City, homeland of the Niseman Tribe. Then it was a gravel mining company, but the sediment was filling in the rivers to San Francisco, so a judge closed down the mine, and then they made it into a state park. Here's the miners, and here's their band. All right. Malakoff. Let's go peek in the window. A little shop. Replica of a stagecoach. I mean, a model. basic maps. Okay, so they have a historic walking tour. There's the general store, drugstore, saloon, Skidmore House, the barber shop, Cummins Hall, dance hall, the livery stable, of course, a hotel, and private residences. So the museum is in Cummins Hall, originally a dance saloon and dance hall. That's the barber shop. And this, it says, this monitor was used at the now closed LaGrange mine near Weaverville in Trinity County and is similar in size to those used at the Malakoff to wash down the gravel hillside. That is the saloon. And looks like we want to go to Nevada City. We got to go straight. That's the general store. And that's down to the bathrooms. We have now seen Malakoff Diggins. Fire bell. That's a good thing. And another one of those giant water squirters. Alright, it's 16 miles to Nevada City this way and 1 mile to the Diggins, whatever that is. We'll find out. That says North Bloomfield. Named in 1857, first named Humbug. We already know that. By unlucky miners. I'm going to guess that this was the schoolhouse. What do you think? It's got the bell. Looks like it still has the bell. Wait a minute. It does. I think it still has the bell. That's so cool. Oh, maybe it was a church. Oh, I take it back. It was a church. Catholic church. And there's a cemetery. Okay, so over there is the pit. And I don't know. It doesn't explain the Diggins. I think the Diggins is where the digging was done. Anyway, first some Frenchmen owned this company. And they were the first to do hydraulic mining, but they didn't get enough gold to pay the water bill, so it was bankrupt by 1861. And by 1900, the village of Malakoff was uninhabited. And Malakoff comes from the name of France's victory in the Battle of Malakoff Tower that ended the Crimean War in 1855. The surrounding ravine hill and mining claim were given the name later that year. Okay, here we have it. And that's the headquarters of the mine. And that's the pit. In the olden days. Alright, bad news. Dirt road. Well, the dirt road only lasted about a minute, 2 minutes. Now we're back on pavement. And the dirt road wasn't that bad anyway. Alright, another sign. I guess they did get a fair amount of gold out here. And this must be the pit down here. Hydraulic mines. That's pretty over there. So we're just weaving our way through the forest. As the sign said, it's 16 miles to Nevada City, so we may do a lot of weaving in the next hour or so. I hope this forest never succumbs to one of our fires. Oh, more dirt road. I spoke too soon. I guess we're leaving the park. Well, we've had 3 minutes on the dirt road. Now, where are we? We give me a sign. It doesn't look too promising. I think I gotta go this way. Oh, I see. North Bloomfield Lake Court. Oh, shoot. I think I'm supposed to go this way. I guess we're going the right way. Oh, I hope so. Because I don't have GPS. Pretty. See, nice vista there. Oops, Wiggly next 2.5 miles. I thought we already had Wiggly. Now what does this sign say? Another Malakoff State Historic Park. Well, I guess I'm on the way out, which is what I want to be. We are now entering the South Yuba Recreation Area, owned by the Bureau of Land Management. Okay, doke. So my advice is before you come here, get yourself a map that shows all the roads, so that when you try to find your way home, you know where you're going. I'm just assuming that going down is going home. Anyway, we've been on this dirt road now for 6 minutes. Alright, we have now been on this dirt road for 10 minutes. We're still going down. Well, I guess that's a good thing. No signs. No GPS. We'll just drive. See what happens. I got all day. Alright, we are now entering South Yuba Camp and Trail. And it looks promising. Looks like we might have pavement. Yes. No. I spoke too soon. A little bit of pavement, but it's dirt road. Alright, so we'll just keep hobbling and bumping along. Look! A street sign. We're on North Bloomfield Road. That's good. Alright, we'll just keep going straight. Ooh, it's going to be steep, it looks like. Alright, it says it's going to be steep. So down we go. Big canyon out there. Well, you can see where we're going. Down, down, down. I sure hope we're going the right direction. River down there. Ooh, look at all the sunbathers. Nice. Okay, so now we're going over this bridge. I'm at 4 tons. I think I'm okay. Ooh, that's a rickety looking bridge. But I guess we can handle it. We're under 4 tons, I think. Glad I don't have the trailer. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think if I were a hot person, I'd like to go down there, too. All right, here we go. Nice. Pretty. All right, here we go. Wow, this is an old bridge. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I guess those are the cars of the sunbathers. Pavement! Yay! Alright, I just asked this guy in one of these, getting out of his car back there, you can always see him in the rearview mirror. If we keep on going on this road, will we get to Nevada City eventually? And he said yes. So that's good. And we're back to paved road! Yay! Only 1 car wide, but it's a paved road. Wow, it's surprisingly green. There must have a lot of water here. This is pretty green for California compared to what else we've been seeing. Oh my gosh, look at this road. All of a sudden we were in civilization. Don't know what civilization, but civilization nonetheless. So that sign for people going the other way says welcome to Diamond Arrow. So I guess we just went through Diamond Arrow. We are definitely back in civilization because they have trash service here. Homes. Homes. No signs, but homes. I wish somehow you could put smells on video because it smells so good here. The smell of pine. Oh, it's incredible. So I've come to this Y in the road at the stop sign, and turns out I do have 1 bar of cell, so my GPS said I'm supposed to make a left turn and go that way. Ta-da! Street light. I checked my GPS and guess what? That's Broad Street right there. You know what Broad Street is. The center of town. So we're just gonna follow that and see if I can find a bakery. We're still on Bloomfield Road. So North Bloomfield Road took us to North Bloomfield. Ta-da! Actually, it took us from North Bloomfield to Nevada City. So I read in the San Francisco Chronicle that the people, there's some serious money around here, that the people who've been living here are not happy with all the San Francisco money that's been coming here. People that can work remotely and are moving here from San Francisco. They're liberal, and the existing people are more conservative. And so, am I still on the right road? Broad Street. So, yeah, there was a parade. Can't remember if the liberal people were putting on the parade or the conservative people, but it caused a scuffle, little fight in the streets, street fighting between the conservatives and the liberals. Very sad. Here we are back at Aaron Sargent's house. Right there, that's the corner. That whole corner is Aaron Sargent's house. And there's an inn, lots of little inns. Oopsie. Here we go. Down Broadway. All 2 blocks of it. That's Main Street. And this is Broadway. Oop, the lady behind me is not happy with my sightseeing. I think I'll pull over, let her pass. Here you go. You can pass now, lady. So you can see where we're going. Much cooler right now. It's only 8. Oh, fuck, almost 9 o'clock. I found a bakery, had some breakfast, and then headed to Grass Valley. All right, we are entering Grass Valley. Cute. Oh, one way. Cute. All right, we've got to negotiate. Cute greenhouse. Oh, adorable. Oh, jealous. Cute little church. Entering Main Street. And that's been closed off. So we're going to find a place to park, and then we're going to walk with the dogs. We're going to take a little walk. First Women's Christian Temperance Union in California. So the Temperance Union was very intertwined with the women's rights movement. And there's the public library over there. Cute, huh? So there's a cute coffee shop there. And then we've got an antique store here. Peek in the window. Alright, we've got your typical antique stuff for being in a California gold rush town. So why do some dogs like some water better than other water bowls? Don't know. Nevada County Bank. It's interesting, they show you where the bathrooms are. Old hotel. And this is interesting. It says, we acknowledge that the Niseman people are still here among us today, though nearly invisible. We understand that we are on Niseman land that was never ceded, and the original tribal families have yet to recover from the near genocide of their people. As residents and visitors in Niseman land, we support the Nevada City Rancheria Niseman Tribe in efforts to stabilize their people as well as their campaign to restore federal recognition. When I got home, I looked up where Nevada City was in Niseman land, and this is what I found. So here's looking down the mall from east to west, and then looking down Main Street from the direction that we came from. And then in an art store was this old photo of Grass Valley. Hasn't changed much. So I'm going to end this video with a view of a chocolate shop. I just thought it was cute. They had this car that was painted pink, and they had a little cart that was painted, bicycle cart that was painted pink, and chairs that were painted pink. Anyway, it was kind of cute. All right, that's the end of our trip to the Gold Country. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see other videos of exploring California in my ProMaster City, please subscribe, and don't forget to smash the thumbs up button if you got anything out of this video. Keep on rambling!